Thank you for everybody who's watched our first video all about the origins of the project Bottled. Today we're going to be talking more about how we went about building the project and what happened after we'd had that initial idea.
Where do you start with a project like this?
So having had the initial idea, it's then sitting down and working out how you're actually going to deliver a project like this. We very quickly decided that a 6-session approach would work. As Tom and Joe later pointed out, that actually fits in really nicely either around a school day, a half term, or even just a streamlined version through a morning perhaps in a school. So we thought that would be a really coherent way of delivering the project.
We're really excited to be working with a composer from the Royal Welsh to create some music to go alongside the book. So each emotion will have a different motif, and we hope that this is a way that children can connect with the book outside of the different sessions.
So through the sessions, we'll be exploring the different emotions that Tom and Joe have put forward in their book, and then even include some compositional elements so that the children can feel really involved and we can get some interesting discussions going by the end of the 6-session layout. Who have we collaborated with?
We've collaborated with the 2 authors, Tom and Joe Brassington, so obviously that's been great working with them. Well, we're meeting with the composer actually this week, so fingers crossed that goes well. We've spoken to various people in college and the Royal Welsh who've been very helpful with things. We hope to be taking it into schools at some stage in the next 6 to 12 months. So working towards all of those things.
And of course, we've been collaborating with each other.
Oh yeah, that
really easy to forget that, isn't it? We've spent a lot of hours together, brainstorming, discussing, with many more hours to come.
What do we do next?
So next we're just going to continue developing our project through to being completely ready, and then working with our new composer, we'll then be able to fully learn all the music and the extracts that we want to present, and then we're really hoping that we can pilot the project around Cardiff and Wales in the autumn before full delivery sometime next year. What's been the biggest challenge so far for you?
I'd say the biggest challenge has been the difficulties surrounded by COVID and getting together easily. I mean, we have been very lucky here in Wales and we have been able to get into a room together sooner than perhaps some people in the rest of the UK. So we've been lucky in that sense, but it definitely makes things more difficult. I think the most difficult thing has been the balance between wanting to make sure we're doing Tom and Joe justice with the different resources we're creating, making sure that we're being good ambassadors of the book, I suppose, and coming up with ideas that they like. But we have been really lucky that they've been very supportive the whole way through. What have been the challenges so far?
So I think the first challenge for me was getting everyone else on board. Having had the initial idea, I was just really hoping that you and then Tom and Joe would really like the idea and want to run with it. It's now just really keeping in line with that initial vision that we had and doing Tom and Joe's book justice and really bringing the project to life in the way that we envision it and really want it to work.